Here representing Wraparound Services on behalf of my mentor and boss, Rudy Trevino. So he unfortunately couldn't make it today, but he was really excited because one of the things that we're doing is putting specialists at every campus and slowly rolling out this model of supporting our community by building community schools. So you might see some of our specialists are here. What we're doing is from the district level, we are trying to engage our community and make it easier for us to build support systems around our students. So for example, let's say a kid goes to school, he wants to focus in class, but he's hungry. That might be something that we might be feeding them on campus, but at home they might not have enough to get around for everybody. And so we believe that it takes a village to raise a child. And so we're trying to gather together resources to connect schools or to connect the community to schools. So one of the things that we're started doing right now is what we call our community asset management. And so we're going to all of our schools, and our specialists are looking at what are the resources that exist in the community, tapping into folks who've been there for a long time to be able to develop that narrative to say, how can we better support our schools by building structures of support around our students? And so the big ask on this side is for the churches, who are the key folks in the church that know and have that context, the historical context, and also what are the resources that you guys can help us tap into to bring into the schools. And so what we basically are looking to do is the specialist will be the key point person, because we know our principals work really hard, and sometimes there's so many things that are going on that they have to focus on with the instructional lens. And so for the social support systems, we have our specialists to help and facilitate that. And so that'll be that point person on campus to connect students to mental health services, to connect students to basic needs, to connect students with crisis support in case of an emergency. And they're going to be working real close with all the academic folks to also know what are some expanded learning time opportunities that we can provide for our students. Because let's look at the experience, and we say millennials, we may have read a lot, but we haven't experienced a whole lot. And so as that experience we go through with our kids, how do we build systems so they can experience and they can have positive interactions with the community? So even when they leave to go to the Harvards and the Yales and the Browns, they come back and they bring that knowledge to share with that community and inspire the next group of children to come up and lead the community. And so you'll see, and I'll leave my cards as well. If you'd like to partner with one of our schools that's in your community or somewhere else, we definitely welcome that, and we're working closely with strategic partnerships to help remove some of those barriers so that we can start supporting our families in the schools. So basically what the community council is going to be doing is we did a partnership with Rice, and they gave us this survey information based on principal feedback, based on community parent feedback, and then also based on student feedback. And so through that, they identified some of the needs, the highest needs within that community, as well as within the schools. And so the community council is going to get together to discuss the results and then determine what are the partnerships that they already have and resources that are already in that community that they can tap into to bring into the schools. And then if not, how they're going to strategically create this system to constantly reach out to other resources and pull it into the schools. And so if you have a friend at a church anywhere in Houston, we would love for you to connect them with us so we can connect them to the school, or they can send us members of their church who are interested in being a part of that council. But we want it to be as grassroots as possible because, like I say, the folks who live there have a lot of context of the long-lasting impact and also issues that have been going on. And so this allows us not only to do it based on the feedback from Rice, but also from the community who are there. So we want it to be as authentic as it can be. So the voices of your folks and friends would be very deeply appreciated. Thank you.